This conference will now be recorded.
New package, that is my initializer underscore functions. So these are the common components which are used for the throughout all other applications. So now under the common functions, I am going to create some of the classes that those are important. Let's say if I can go back to my web application and I can see this is my edit box, this is my button, this is my link. Login is link, submit is button, and username, password, and confirm password. These are my edit box. So I'm going to create a common functions for, let's say, web edit. So web edit is my edit box. I submit. I'm going to create my common functions, another that is my web button. That is a button. I'm going to create my common functions, that is web link, that is my link. So these are all my web elements. When I say web elements, so web elements are used specifically to perform any action on my web objects, and objects are my this username, edit box, password edit box, or submit button, or login link. Okay, so now go back to one of my web edit box, and okay, there are some of the common functions for the web element also. Web element can be your checkbox, your button, your radio button, your frame, all other things. So if there is some common, so we can create another class that is a web element common. If all those are for common to the web element, then we can create for web element common. In the web element common, mostly what we can see if this username is present, then only we can perform some action. If this edit box is enabled, then only we can perform some action. Let's say we can check first if it is present, but if it is not enabled and we try to enter something in this edit box, definitely it will throw you another exception. So we can add those common functions here first. So I'm going to create some static is display is my first function, and what my isDisplay function says, my isDisplay function says I need a web element on which I'm going to check whether it is displayed or not. And I said, okay, that is my isDisplay. So now, if you can see here, I am facing, these are the issues. Like web element is my particularly a class which is a present or interface present within my another third-party library, and those libraries are nothing but my Selenium library. I am fetching, and once you can see, once I mouse over on this, I can see there is an issue or errors or some suggestions. So I don't have any of the Selenium library here, so I can do one thing first. I can right-click new, and I can right click build path and configure build path. I can add the libraries. Those are your Selenium libraries. I can go and external jars. I can select these libraries. Those are my Selenium libraries. I already downloaded. So I already showed this in my previous session. I apply and close. Once I apply and close, all these libraries you can see on the reference libraries now. Now I mouse over on web element one more time. Then if you can see, there is a suggestion called import web element. This is available within this package. So this library hold this web element implementation. So now I do have this web element here. I said public static void is display. So now let's say I say boolean is present equals false. That is my first if. I can say element is displayed. If it is displayed, then only I can set a value is present equals true. Otherwise, always I will always return is present. Now, once I say it is written, so I change this to boolean by return time. So this is my first function where I am going to check whether that element, whatever the element, is it my username, is it my submit, it is my link, whether it is displayed or not. Same way, now I'm going to see another, that is public static and boolean is, we can say in a better, is click. Is that clickable? Okay, or we can say is clickable. And I do have web element again. And I said, first of all, I will check whether it is displayed. If it is displayed, then only we can check whether it is clickable. Okay. Okay. So, am I audible, guys? If you just ping on the group, if it is audible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So now, when I say public static boolean is clickable, this is my another return element. Okay. Now I wanted to do one thing. I can check here. Now boolean is click equals again false, and first I'll check if that element is displayed. If this returns true, this is displayed, this function already we had written here on top. So we are going to check here whether it is displayed. If it is displayed, this element, which is my input parameter, then only will go within it, and then we check whether that element is enabled. If it is enabled, then we say is click equals true. If it is enabled, that means if it is clickable, then only we say it value true, and then we'll return here is click, and we said this is my return. So these are the two methods, very high level two methods I have added. You can add more common methods for the web element, which I showed you only two here. One is my display, another one is my clickable. Now I go back to my edit box. Now on edit, let's say this is my edit box where I am going to enter my username, password, and confirm password. What I'll do, I'm going to create another common function here. Public static void, let's say send input is my method. Here I need web element, that is my text box, and another one is what text I wanted to send. That is my definitely a string. So again, I need to import this web element. I imported. Now I said I wanted to do send input on the text box. So this, whenever we are going to create any of the common functions, okay, whenever we are going to create any of the common functions, think in a way this method should use for the multiple edit box. You can overload those methods. Okay, if you wanted to change its input parameter, you can overload those methods. I already covered in my previous session about the overloading and all others. So you can overload, but as of now, we just create this send input, this text box, and text. Done. So web edit send input is my common method. I want to use this method for not only Selenium QTP application, for Google, for Yahoo, for Reddit, any other projects. So first of all, I wanted to check whether this text box is present on the web page. If it is present, I wanted to check whether it is clickable. So already I had written those methods. So what I can do, I can see if web element, okay, I can see if web element common dot is clickable, and this time I'm going to pass a text box. So is clickable, just now we had written this method is clickable. We say if that method, if that element is display first and then it is enabled, then only it will return you true. And what we are saying here, if this function returns you true, if this function returns you true, then only you can do your operation, that is a text box dot send keys, and send keys is your text which you are passing from here. That is your input parameter. Okay, we can change the send keys also. There is a way that nobody can understand whether you are doing a sending some input. That is also possible. We can change this. Send keys is also a separate method we can create. But as of now, to understand very high level, I'm just creating in this way. So here you are checking whether that text box is clickable. That means it is display and it is enable. If yes, then only you can send the input. If no, then you can just take outside or you just come outside. You can give here else condition and print something, or you just mention that this text box, you can mention in here. I'm just writing right now that you just mentioned text box is not visible. That same way, this is my edit box. Now, if I go back to my web button, I can create another public static, again void. I wanted to do operation button, that is on button a common operation is a click, and I need what? I need a web element button. So you can see I'm going to create most of these methods are static. There is a reason, because whenever there is a method static, if you want to access this static outside of this class, you can access with the class name dot this method, so that whenever your code is looking by any other person, it is very easy to understand that what action you are doing. That is, you are doing action on your web button. You're doing action on your button, that is click action. Okay. Again, I'm going to check here whether that button is displayed and clickable. So see how we are using a common within the common. Okay, if that is done, then we say button dot click. There is no other input parameter required because we are not sending anything on the button, so we have only single parameter and we do that operation, that is click. Now if I can go back to my web link, I have public static void. Again click. If you can see, there is a common methods click within button and within link. So what we can do, we can create this click in the abstract or in the interface, and you just implement that within your respective class. But to avoid that confusion, I'm creating here only. I said a link, and then web element link, and here again the same code, web element. So I don't want to take more time on this now. Is clickable, and we said link, and then we just do this link dot click. Okay, there are some different methods also in the link. Let's say if I wanted to get public static written is your string and get link text, that is also one of the method which you can use. A common method, that is your link, and you just do the operation within it. That is also possible here. You just, as of now, I'm not returning anything. I'm just returning here to avoid any error. Okay, so you can do this. You can do this in get link text or other operations on the all common operations on the link within this class, so that it is accessible to other projects as well. Okay.